Just to start, I would let each of our guests to introduce themselves. So Niels, Lovely, Djuro, and Oumayma, if you would like to say a few words and introduce yourselves.
I will start. Hi, everyone. Hello, I'm Oumayma Lajili. I am UiPath MVP for 2 years, 2023 and 2024. I'm happy to be here to share with you and talk about the UiPath MVP journey. I'm a senior automation engineer at Troboyo, and happy to guide you and to inspire you to become MVP.
Thank you, Oumayma.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I say Lovely.
Thanks. So, hello everyone. This is lovely Sinha. I'm also 3 times UiPath MVP and also the chapter leader for Dubai community. I'm happy to be here and guide you in your automation journey and guide in towards the UiPath MVP as well. So I hope that everybody's looking forward for the insights on the applications. And currently, I'm working as in manager hyper automation in Dubai Holding. Thank you. Nils, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So hi to everyone. I'm Niels. I'm working at OMM Solutions. I'm one of the newcomer MVPs, so I've only been MVP for the last year. I'm also the chapter lead for region of Munich in Germany. I still remember how nervous I am when submitting my application, and that's why I totally feel you for now, and I'm really looking forward to your questions and helping you through your open questions in the application process. So Djuro.
Thank you, Niels. Hi, everyone. My name is Djuro. I'm coming from Serbia. Just like Niels, I'm MVP, newly MVP, so I'm MVP for 2024. I'm also chapter leader for Serbia, and I'm a senior RPA developer in Magna International. I'm author of Mindful RPA methodology, and I'm happy to be here and to talk more about contribution to the community, what to expect, and answer all your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Djuro. Just a quick start, to check a bit our audience. I am really curious how many of you applied this year to become a UiPath MVP, or how many intend to apply until November 24th. So if you can just tell us in chat, like whether you applied or not, or you intend to apply this year until November 24th deadline. So like in 5 days. This would help us a bit into knowing like what are your plans and how we can be of use for you today. Okay. You'll learn in a minute how it works, Franz. Okay. So Carlin is going to apply in 2 days. Okay, we have Eric and Rabi who applied already, and Robert not yet applied, but maybe he's considering. Okay. So from what I understand, all of you either applied or are going to apply this year. Okay. This, just for you to know, this session is also meant for those of you who want to plan the year ahead, because it takes some work to become a UiPath MVP and who might join us in 2025 or 2026. So no pressure, but this is meant to also set you on the road to become a UiPath MVP. So it will be useful in that way also. So in order to present a bit about the MVP program, wait a bit for me here. So I think most of you might already be familiar with this UiPath Community MVP page. I will also share the links in the links that I navigate on. I will share them in the chat. So basically what we have here, it's sort of a description of the UiPath MVP program, what our UiPath MVPs are, what are the principles behind this program. You will also get to see a few like beautiful after movies from our MVP summits here. If you want more content with the UiPath MVPs, you can check our YouTube page, UiPath Community YouTube page. I will share that link a bit later. So here you can actually see all the, let's say, the main principles and the guidelines to become, and what it takes actually to become a UiPath MVP. We also have here a bit about the benefits of the program. So yes, some of the benefits are experiences and events. We do the MVP summits where we bring our whole MVP teams together to meet live, so they can network and grow that community, that MVP community, to be stronger, and for them to be able to collaborate stronger with each other, and to find, let's say, new resources in each other. And this happens every year, and it works incredibly well. We also have product sessions with the MVPs. So the MVPs have direct communication channels with the UiPath product team on dedicated threads and more open threads. So some of them are even engaged in like very narrow initiatives with the program, with the product team. So this is one of the perks that MVPs have, that they actually get to co-build and influence our roadmap. So they are very close partners to us in terms of technological advancement. Professional growth. Okay, the MVPs will be getting some spotlight, and they will be viewed as our advocates out there in the whole UiPath community, currently at 3 million people. So this spotlight helps them also with their professional growth, their career opportunities, their professional opportunities. They also have a bit of pressure in terms that they must stay on top of the expertise and to be up to date with UiPath technology. But they are viewed overall as mentors and advisors to the rest of the community. So the MVPs are our role models in community, and the ones who actually help us grow the rest of the community. They are involved in many training and mentoring programs with us. On top of these things, of course, the MVPs will get like swag. They will get an official award, like something that you can put in your on a shelf in your room. They will get some individual licenses. They will get certification vouchers, and they will have access to UiPath, all the UiPath organized events, and some many other opportunities together with our marketing, product teams, and the rest. So basically, the MVPs function as our extended team. We collaborate with them a lot on many pillars in UiPath, not just product. But you will get to hear this, let's say, firsthand from them. Now, if you want to apply, you have this link here where you can actually find out more about the program criteria. And if you go on to this link, you will get to know more about the structure of the award, the technology structure of the award. This is very important because, let's say, I will share the link now. When you actually look at this MVP criteria and the technology structure of the award, it's something that you should look at and see where you can actually pin yourself on this map, on this technology structure. This means like find the pillar where your expertise lie. Like, of course, you might be core automation, like most of our MVPs. You might be, you're currently feel yourself like you are very hands-on document processing and AI center. So you're more towards AI-powered automation. Find your place on this map, and this will help you actually complete the application form, because you will be asked about your expertise in the application form for MVP. So it's very important for you to actually go carefully and steadily through this map and choose your priority, like your priority pillars. Like, what would you choose as your first option, as your second option? Try to map and sort of rank your expertise into these areas if you can. Maybe one of our MVPs will be able to tell you like how they did this themselves, like where they find themselves on this map, and that would be interesting. And if you're finally at this point and you are ready to apply, all you need to do is actually click this apply now, and you will this will take you to the application form for the MVP Award 2025. And here you can start your registration. It's an empty field, so you must actually complete all these fields. Some of them are open text, so you will be able to tell us a lot about your motivation. Some of them are choices and options you have to pick. So if there's anything particular on this form that you found confusing, or a step that you find challenging, or you have blocked yourself onto that step, you can let me know and we can talk about it. If you're having any challenges at this point, so for us it's important that you actually are able to go through this application form easily and that you understand each step on this way. Okay, and this being done, and before we start the Q&A, just a sort of a short mention, something that I tell each year to our applicants. So for us, the MVP award is very important in terms of like has three main components. So one would be, of course, the technological expertise that you cannot become an MVP without. So it's very important for you to hold strong expertise in UiPath technology in your choice of that on that technology award structure. So find your place in the game and place that into the application form. Tell us where your current expertise lies. Where is your strongest point in your UiPath expertise? Second would be community contribution. So in order to become MVP, you must have a community sweet tooth, let's say, to be open and willing to contribute to the community, to grow others, to become a role model for others, to guide them, and to feel this common objective that lies within UiPath community, sort of that we are all striving towards the same objective together. So for you to feel part of this and to understand your role in this process and to have had community contribution. And the third would be the advocacy element. So in order to become MVP, you must also trust, believe, and let's say opt for our technology in order to become an advocate for UiPath. So I think that is pretty important for you to see yourself as a UiPath advocate and to really have like trust and to have a particular option for this technology, to trust that we are doing our best with our technology to help us optimize it, and to see this link between you as a UiPath advocate and our technology. So all these three components are very important for the MVP award. And again, expertise, community contribution, advocacy. This is what we're looking for in our next MVPs. And the thing is that these traits, these elements can be found in a million ways in our community. So it isn't necessarily contribution on our platforms. There are so many things that our MVPs have done and are currently doing that send along these lines. And you will hear from their stories now in a few minutes. We will take like a short Q&A break now because I see some of you already have questions in the chat. So first you can unmute. I mean, if you want to ask a live question to me or to any of our present MVPs here, we will open now for Q&A. So just feel free to unmute yourselves and ask, no worries.
If you want, Cristina, we have some questions on the discussion. If we can start maybe by taking some of those questions and respond.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a question like, can we become MVP without certification? And is it respond that the expertise is valuable and not proven? We don't really need certification. And you confirm, Cristina, this year, if someone who applied who doesn't have certifications, they will have kind of an interview with one of MVPs and talk about expertise and the area of expertise in RPA in general.
Yes, so it's not let's say It matters in the evaluation process, but it's not like a veto certification. So it doesn't have to be like if you're not UiPath certified, you don't get a chance to become a UiPath MVP. It's more like okay, credential for your expertise. But in case you don't have the certification, you will have two following stages where we can actually test your UiPath expertise. One will be an interview with a UiPath MVP or with a UiPath MVP group. And the second will be a product manager interview, the same with one or more product managers, according to a technology pillar, like you saw in the technology award structure. And that will actually be a group interview. So it will be you and some other candidates, where you will get the chance, they will ask you questions regarding UiPath technology, and you will get the chance to answer and also test your answers against the rest and against the product manager. So these two phases are pretty important in being decisive of your expertise in UiPath. And I think the last one with the product manager is probably the most insightful of all, because they choose you as partners. So it's pretty insightful, and it's also like a place where you get to learn a lot, I think, to see how the rest of the MVPs' knowledge is to test your knowledge against each other, to talk and see different facets of the same problem. So it's a very revealing and interesting phase as well, and pretty fun.
Yeah, for sure. I have another question. How do we exactly showcase our expertise? I think to become an MVP, you need to contribute to the community. There are several kinds of contribution. For example, being active on the forum, responding questions. For example, you can choose one product, studio, AI center, document understanding. I try to respond and resolve and suggest solutions on the forum. This is kind of contribution. You can be active on LinkedIn, sharing posts. You can be active on Insider, which is platform when we can have early access to new features on products and try to give feedback. And this feedback will be communicated to product managers to add valuable feedback to the product, or suggest an evolution on such a product. You can organize event and join a chapter. For example, I recommend first action. We can join the chapter, being active, organizing events, and like doing some kind of contribution that showcase like before expertise, like your interest and your motivation to represent this community, because MVP is like you are presenting this like 3 million members of the community. So you need to be there to help people and to contribute.
Also, I would like to add, like if you have some ideas or some examples for the use case repository, that also you can share, because you can contribute in many forms. So UiPath use case repository, we have a UiPath forum where we can add our use cases just to give an idea or brainstorm the other people also to engage and contribute. So this is also one of the way where you can contribute.
Also, another point that I want to add at this point, emphasize one major aspect that Cristina already named, which is helping to grow the RPA community. So I know most of you already had some touch points with UiPath, with RPA as a technology in general. Nevertheless, we're only 3 million people as of now, so there is still a long way to go. So you want to make sure to help the community grow. So make RPA more public, more known, help people find use cases, help them find solution to the problems that they have, and really focus on RPA and the automation platform as a solution in itself.
I also want to add something from my experience. Before I applied for UiPath MVP, I was told by some people from my network that you must be active on forum, and that's the prior thing. So although the forum is cornerstone of UiPath community, it's not mandatory to be only active there. You can contribute on a lot of, as other MVPs said, a lot of other ways. And also it doesn't need to be technical expertise and technical promotion only. So you can contribute to the community about business side, about automation in general, the ideology, idea, and everything. So it's not only about being technical guru.
Yeah, exactly. For me, for example, I started my not only MVP journey, but the work with the community, with especially friends community. I like organizing events and planning events. So I started by doing this with the friends chapter, and it was start. I wasn't very active on the forum, and it works. And then I was very passionate by testing new features and sharing my feedback. So it's really, like Djuro said, you can choose one form or of contribution, and you invest there. And it's not necessary to have YouTube channel. Just I created it after being MVP, just to say it. No, we are not obliged to have YouTube channel and having like thousands of views. It's good to have this, but you can do a lot of type of contributions.
Yeah, even we have so many UiPath events like a local meetup or the local events. So you can also be part of the event as a speaker as well, or the moderator also. So this way also you can engage in the community and drive the wider impact in the automation adoption.
I see questions are still incoming in the chat. I showed you like a bit about the use case repository on forum and how to reach it. I also gave you the link. I think there are maybe two other contribution things that we can mention in terms of UiPath Insider and Marketplace. I will also give you the link for those. If any of you would like to explain to them what Insider and Marketplace are, while I give the links in the chat. Any of you familiar? Niels, lovely, like anyone familiar with Insider and Marketplace? I think with Insider, most of you are because you contributed to it. Maybe not all of you have components published on Marketplace, but just to guide a bit our audience for these contribution options as well.
Yeah, so I can talk a little bit about the marketplace, which also might answer some of the questions that are still in the chat. I faced the same issue, that I was not really able to do some kind of I don't know, commitment to the community in the first place. So I decided to go for the marketplace in that case, and to build up solutions that might be valuable for others as well. So individual solutions that could be valuable for other people, and I published them through the UiPath Marketplace, which is Cristina currently showing. So you have a kind of a submission process for your solutions, and you'll get to talk to some people that have a look at your solution, and you can publish also the work that you do during like your professional work time, but also during your private time. You can publish them there, and then other people can reach out to you. So they are searching for possible solutions to the problems that they have, and in that case, they will be guided to the marketplace things, and then they can reach out to you and use your solutions. And of course, this also helps the community to grow, because it makes UiPath easier to use in the first place.
I can take up the Insider. So every year and yearly basis or the quarterly basis, we see some of the updates happening in the UiPath platform as a the UiPath ecosystem overall. So Insider program basically gives an opportunity where you can collaborate with our product managers. You can get the early access of the platform, and you can get inside to the Insider portal where you can test the features. You can recommend the interface. You can give your observations, how you are finding the change, or whether it is really convenient, what else you can add it. So this helps to enhance the product roadmap overall. So this Insider program also gives an great opportunity to become one of the engaging community member who can collaborate with the product manager by giving the feedback. And also accessing the current platform, also the newly updated platform is again a golden ticket for us to quickly work on the changes.
Thank you, Niels, and thank you, Lovely. The links are in the chat for both Marketplace and Insider. Let's see. Okay, we have, I see the discussion is driving itself, so we have a few other questions. One is regarding can you share some of the examples of contributions you made before becoming a UiPath MVP? I think some of them are already shared, like Oumayma said, and those. Okay, finding it rewarding, inspiring initiative. I'd love to get inspired by them as well as to promote things about UiPath globally, introduce themselves to technological innovations. Since Oumayma and Niels, I think, mentioned, Djuro, would you like to answer this one?
Yes, I
Because you
was
have an interesting account as well, yeah? So it's very, let's say, not standard and a bit specific, but it will show, let's say, to our community that there is no specific rule like to something that we expect. It's more about what it is, the contribution.
Exactly. I wanted to say that I want to answer to this question. So regarding my experience and my contribution, so I kind of took a long road. So I summarized my entire expertise working within the different companies and working as junior, mid-year, senior RPA analyst and going through all those stages. So I combine all of those stuff and I saw a lot of bottlenecks. I did my own research where it was not public, so I was not creating content online, but I was connecting with a lot of people. I had a lot of colleagues from different companies, and I was doing my own research. What are the bottlenecks in the business? Where do they think the business fails? What are the problems with the management? So I was like, let's point out the problems so that we can solve them, because I saw a lot of similarities between different teams, different companies and everything. So entire my research, I sum up in ebook, which I published and gave for free so that everyone can read and learn from it. And I invited everyone to reach out if they have some findings and they think that if they want to challenge me on something that I wrote there. So that was my contribution. I established the domain for the Serbia. So I created a website where I started sharing the blogs. Now, a lot of people told me, oh, no, blogs are not in anymore. You are doing something from the last century. But I definitely see articles, blogs, and text as a way of it can reach its own public. So I decided to write more about details from my book, from the chapters, and I also wanted to share what I wrote there. So that was my contribution, which was recognized, and it was really rewarding to see that it is recognized by the UiPath itself.
Absolutely. And for us, it was a nice surprise. So every year we get a chance to, in the applications, to see what community contribution actually means to each of you and how you feel you contributed to the RPA, to the automation community, to the AI-powered automation community, and especially to the UiPath community. And there are a lot of new things that we also learn each year about really like thousands of ways that you can contribute and to grow this automation space. So there is no limit to that. There is no platform limit, no official limit. You can tell us and we will judge and evaluate how long that, like how far that community contribution goes. But it's important for you to see that it is not really such a narrow view of community contribution, and that it has to do more to where you feel you actually gave back to community, where you feel like you helped other professionals, where you felt you gave knowledge back to the community, in any other way that you help the community or others grow and yourself grow with them. So just think of it maybe like this, a bit more openly, a bit more out of the box, maybe. And maybe you will find your way, and it will also maybe help you find the way you want to keep moving forward on as community contribution. Like, okay, You want to be a blog writer, you want to keep writing articles, you want to be an author, you want to be a exquisite forum contributor. We have MVPs like that, yes, which are like champions in forum contribution. You want to be very strong in conversations about product. So this is what Insider is for. You can start there if you want to become a strong partner for our product teams. There are a million ways this could go. You want to grow our local communities and put your community in your country's community on the map. We have the chapter leaders program for that. You want to be a speaker or a mentor, you can do so in the UiPath community events, of course, or if you did it in previous events that were not delivered for commercial purpose, you can just list that also in your application form. So think of all this and try to put it down on paper and then put it in your application form for us. Are there any more questions at this point? If not, we will move on with the questions we have for our MVPs. But if there are some more questions at this point, you can ask live.
Hey, Cristina.
Hey, Eric.
This is Eric. This is a really good session. I would like to ask one of the speakers, like, what do you enjoy most about being an MVP? And the second question is, as an MVP, do you meet frequently to speak about it, for example, about what is new in UiPath, like what can be improved, like how is the market in general?
Who
So-
would like to take that?
I'll take the chance if it's okay.
Sure.
So for me, one of the most valuable things to be a part of the MVP community. So I started my UiPath journey almost 8 years ago, and nevertheless, I'm one of the newbies in the MVP group. And for me, it's really valuable to get like really good insights. Where is UiPath going to? What are the latest quirks and features that they are working on, but also, of course, what are the other MVPs inside the community facing regarding problems, regarding challenges they have. So, for example, we have a global and also EMEA WhatsApp group, and I think there's quite some traffic on it, and all the time people are asking about their current challenges that they have, and we support each others in finding solutions to the problems that we have. And I think also this kind of exchange is really valuable because it gives you ideas that you would never think of. But of course, inside the community, you have like the experts of the products themselves, and this is really great.
Yeah, exactly. It's networking with experts and connect with other top professionals in the automation field. It's exchanging with people. Really, this is for me also a good point of becoming MVP, and the exclusive access and opportunities to information like Insider, like we receive early access to new features and new releases of the product. If really we need to be updated. Direct connection with UiPath product managers. So if you are interested, for me, EA Center Document Understanding, we have Slack channel also, the WhatsApp group and the Slack channel. We can ask questions there, give feedback, and also the exclusive events for MVP for me recently, and for other MVPs, like assisting at a big event, UiPath Forward. It's like big, huge opportunity. You see like automation experts around the world. It was amazing. So really a lot of opportunities, but we need to work hard for this and like do contributions and need to be updated and work for this.
Yeah, I want to continue on what you said, because the good thing about the MVP group is it's like a fountain of never-ending inspiration. So even when you feel down, even if you have writer's block or whatever, you see people having their own paths, doing their own stuff, and you can really catch up with some inspiration. There's a lot of workshops between the people. So I don't know, for example, I will reach out to Niels and I will ask him about something or Lovely, and then we can continue working in a group session. So that's really inspiring to work, and it's really nice to have such a great community. Yeah.
Though we do not meet in person all the time, but we do have a MVP summit where when we meet, we kind of get inspired, and our passion and expertise on the contribution gets elevated. So it elevates our motivation to, contribute further.
And they also have quite a lot of fun on WhatsApp groups.
Yes,
Very
a lot.
So that's one more thing, I think. So once you become an MVP, yes, you actually get into some closed groups. Like, I don't know, you will have a dedicated space, you will have a dedicated forum group. We have, of course, communication groups such as WhatsApp, which are dedicated from them, and you have your network very close. So, for example, we have regional groups for EMEA, APJ, America MVPs, and one for global. And you can, I don't know, share your challenges anytime with all the others MVPs. You can ask and troubleshoot at any time with all the other MVPs. Not all of them might answer because half of them might be asleep across the globe, but they do tend to have fun and help each other quite a lot. So I think everyone finds support in this group and has gained a lot of friends along the years with the MVP program. And it's amazing to see. I don't know, like I saw last week when our Italy MVP Stefano from Torino, he went in Istanbul and he visited. He called Levent, and they just met up for cake and tea. It's amazing that you can find friends all over the world, and just so those kind of connections are truly priceless. And they're the kind of connections that will stay with you personally and professionally, hopefully for the rest of your life, and help you develop to become a better professional and, yes, a person with more friends. So, yeah, there are many such very nice aspects of the program as well that we also find very rewarding when seeing them. Let's see what Faiz would like to ask now. Hey,
Hi,
Faiz.
Cristina. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Hello, everyone. So, Cristina, my question was around the chapter leads that you talked about. So, I'm based out of Muscat, Oman, and I know for a fact that here there's no UiPath community, and I was wanting to take a lead in starting one over here. So, do you have any suggestions for that?
Well, I think just start it and really be curious about all the new technologies coming up, and keep the community growing. And I think a very good platform for doing so is LinkedIn, which is like the at least the one we go for here in Germany. I also took over the chapter in Germany just this year in 2024. So for me, it was like just getting the community to grow, to get in touch with people that are interested in automation and in UiPath. I reached out to them on LinkedIn. I just wrote them a personal note, and that's how I didn't build up the community. I'm still building up the community. And I think that's the best way to do. Just do it. Just go for it.
Yes, you can be the first one, Face, to start the community. And Lovely, I wanted to say to him, you can reach with Lovely. She's based in Dubai.
I was about to say the same thing, that we are close. You are closer to Dubai, so definitely we can connect. And also, I can help you on support on the how you can take it to a massive. So I'm also building a Dubai community right now. I think 156 members and still counting. So yes, Faz, we can connect. And meanwhile, you can start joining the becoming the leader through the UiPath chapter leader page, and you can apply, and then I can connect, and myself and Cristina can suggest how to take it forward, maybe that if that helps.
Perfect, lovely. I have already sent your LinkedIn request, so yeah.
Great. I'm going to accept it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually strongly encourage you to connect with our MVPs on LinkedIn if you haven't already, and I will also show you how you can find most of the 2024 MVPs if you want to connect with all. And also, if you want to connect with each other, those of you who are in this session, you want to keep connected and discuss maybe afterwards, Share your LinkedIn profiles in the chat so you can actually network and connect with each other. It might, you don't know, like you might help each other along the way. You might keep helping each other for the next year, if not for this one. But it's good to find support and people with similar objectives every time. So this is something we encourage people to do in each of our sessions, to share the LinkedIn profiles in the chat, and whoever wants to connect will connect with you. About the local chapters and the chapter's presence, we can certainly talk more. I can show you a bit right now about the chapter leaders program. Maybe that's one opportunity we haven't shown yet. This session is going a bit off the script, but I hope none of you mind. We will hopefully catch a bit on the script. This is the chapter leaders program. So the chapter leaders are the persons who help us grow and lead our local communities. So this means like you start a chapter in I don't know, let's say like Lovely started our first UAE chapter in Dubai this at the beginning of this year. And you try to grow gradually the community there. This means first mapping out the community and seeing who is already an automation expert and how many of them are willing to join the UiPath chapter. And it will grow organically from there. The chapter leaders are coordinated by our regional community managers, people such as me for EMEA, for example, and my colleagues Diana Gray for America and Rohit for APJ, Rohit Krishnan. And we will help you along the way. So we have onboarding sessions for chapter leaders. They are the ones who do community events in the regions. It's a very interesting program, but it's a program that grows the community horizontally, locally. MVP program is more like vertical expertise, professional-wise, but many of our MVPs are also chapter leaders. So the two programs overlap each other about 90%, let's say. You will find out more here. I will share the link with you in the chat in case you want to apply to open a chapter or to become a chapter leader to a chapter which is already open. I can't promise that we will open all the chapter requests, but we do we look into the case, like we look into the chances for developing that local community before opening a chapter. And yes.
We have another question. Are there any criteria for minimum work experience to become an MVP? I think it's minimum 2 years of experience.
Yes, I tried to answer that one. So what's important, I think it's let's say the standard would be like 2-3 years of experience. I think that is also maybe what is listed on the page as requirement. But it's very important to say that I wouldn't necessarily think of it like that in years of experience. I would rather think of it like in the expertise level you have reached. So try, because I don't know, some people can be so dedicated and learn so fast, and they can be so motivated as to reach a very good expertise level in a shorter time, or do things which actually testify for an incredible expertise. We have such examples in community. This is what I'm saying this. So try not to think of it in years. Try to think of the expertise level you have reached, but also when honestly comparing yourself with a like standard. Yes. So everyone has a learning journey, but also there are like certain thresholds, you reach and pass and you become better. And also about the expertise and experience and the testing of the expertise in the application. In the application, you will see that there are, I think, about 2 questions about expertise. They're not asking you exactly the expertise level. They will ask you about the product expertise, but there are 2 other questions asking you about projects with automation. So what you say on those questions and the projects you have delivered and projects you want to deliver speak a lot about your expertise and how you currently envision your skills and how you tested your skills in past projects. So think well when answering those questions, and really let us know the best you have or the most interesting cases you have, because that speaks a lot of your expertise, and we look at those. Okay. No, I don't think there's currently a form app or for mobile app. So for that, no, not yet. I hope I'm not mistaken. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, I have applied for a chapter for my local state. So how will it start? You will be contacted soon by your regional manager. If you have applied for the chapter leaders program, you will get an email from me or from my two other colleagues managing the other two regions. And from there onwards, you will evaluate together your plans and the opportunity and feasibility of opening a community chapter in that particular region. Usually chapters are matched to a city, but we have now a tendency in community, for example, in Europe, where it's pretty fragmented and the countries are smaller. We have like chapters who handle two cities, or more like identify with a country. Like we have the Paris chapter now serving all of France. For example, we have a Polish chapter for Warsaw and Krakow, currently serving the whole of Poland. So it's also about the country community and the local community, but think in terms of local communities for the chapter leaders. Okay. Yes, for the chapter leaders, so it's not important, it's not necessarily that you can contribute to a chapter or become an event speaker. It's not absolutely necessary to be a chapter leader. The chapter leaders are actually there for you to contact them or the regional community manager and to start contributing. So you can just pitch to them an opportunity anytime you want to be a speaker in event, you want to help build an event together with them. Just contact your local chapter leader and see, okay, I want to get involved. How can we work together? What can we do? So the chapter leader will most probably answer you, and you can start making plans together about a community initiative. So don't think that you must actually be a chapter leader in order to work or deliver through a UiPath community chapter. The chapters have rules. They're open for all. All events are free of charge, and anyone is invited and welcome to contribute. These are the rules of community.
There's a question that if the cities they have not been listed, still we can create it. So it all depends on the impact. Depends on the impacts that the community or the chapter is going to be made. Based on that, we can see. So I think a community manager will reach out to you, for assessment of whether the chapter leader has to be there or chapter needs to be created. So it all depends on the impact and the vision for the entire journey.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it might take a while for the regional manager to answer you, especially at this time when we are handling the MVP applications, because it's pretty busy. But I'm sure that they will answer you and they will evaluate together with you the opportunity of, so it can go two ways. You either evaluate the opportunity and it's a go, you open the chapter, or they will redirect you to the closest chapter or any other way that you can actually contribute to the local community. So this is nobody will say no, and there's no chance for you to contribute to this community. You will never hear that in UiPath. We are welcoming everyone who wishes to contribute, and there are also a lot of contributions opportunities laid out by us for you. So if you want to take a look at those opportunities, maybe you haven't yet, if you're actually, let's say, in a bit of a confusion, not sure what to choose, one thing you can do is go here, ways to contribute. So this is our, let's say, view of what are the current ways to contribute to the UiPath community, the official view of what we can offer. This doesn't mean that you can't contribute in any other way, yeah? So you will see on this page here many recommendations that says, of course, MVP program, chapter leader, hackathons, become an author on the community blog, technical writing, community feedback, insider program, moderators. There are many more. Also what we showed before, like marketplace, use case repository, a lot. I see we have one more hand up from Faiz.
Yes. So Cristina, my next question was around the number of MVPs selected each year. So does UiPath target for a specific number of MVPs each year, or how is it?
No, we don't have like a specific target number. Of course, we are willing and looking to grow the number of MVPs each year. But we're not really going all the way and looking to grow it at the expense of compromising on the criteria. So what you find as the resulting number of MVPs each year is the balance in between request applications and matching criteria. So there is no compromise on the criteria. Unfortunately, we can't allow ourselves to do that because the MVPs will actually continue to contribute to the community, advise others, advise our product teams. So yes, it's not a target number that I can tell you for sure. I mean, we don't have a fixed number in mind, but it will be a resulting number calibrated in between the number of applications and the ones matching the criteria.
Okay, got it. So there's no fixed number, that means there's no limit set person.
Oh,
Okay.
the limit would be the sky, but our community is growing, yeah, so we just reached 3 million. So for us, I mean, we can say naturally, of course, the MVP program has also grown over the years, yes. So it has scaled. Now we're at 125. And I think we have a document showing like how it has scaled in the last 4 years, the MVP program. So you can actually see it's more than doubled up now. So it grows, the community grows, the MVP number, it's naturally growing as well. And this is how it's supposed to be.
And just one more question around that same topic. So so when the MVPs are selected, are they selected? I mean, I know that they are selected on the basis of the skill set that they have, but do you guys also look into specific regions so that an MVP can be belonging to certain region or country to make sure that the MVPs are they are belonging to globally, mostly to all the places, not to a specific region?
We're definitely so when the call for applications is launched, it is launched globally, and we're definitely looking at sourcing as much diversity as possible and people from all over the globe. Yeah. We can't get stuck in the sense that, okay, we don't have one region, we must get that region. We are trying to be as inclusive and source as more as possible, but the best way we can currently do that is with a call to action for all and to make sure that the message reaches globally, and then to see what is incoming. Of course, like we might have other ways of engaging the regions if we have partners or so. The point is like whoever carries the word forward into the region. And this will guarantee that you have more applications from a region or not. But again, also the regional segmentation and what we source regionally, again, it will not be compromised in terms of criteria. So the criteria will still stand, even if, I don't know, so it's not like we have a single candidate from a region, it doesn't match the criteria, but the candidate will make it because it's the single candidate for its region.
Makes sense. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cristina, just to hope to make Faz and more understand in this criteria. So I think the chapter leader runs parallel, right? It is irrespective of the MVP application. So even if we are looking for engagements in the particular country or location, then chapter leader can be started parallelly, right?
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. Makes sense. Thank you.
It makes sense, but it also the question, yes, it makes sense. I mean, of course, it's a desire for all of us to be able to be as inclusive and to spread across the globe the program as much as possible. And it's also happy for us in these terms that we're not limited by a number. But then we are limited by the criteria, which is pretty important for this program. And I think this is also one of the reasons that the program has such a high standing, because in terms of tech programs, this is one of the best community programs out there, the UiPath Community MVP program. So if we were to compromise on any of those, I don't think, I think the program in itself might start losing the value. And the people will maybe not be, the people in the program would maybe not be so helpful and supportive for you as a community. So that's the most important thing. Cardinal, would you like to?
Hi, I'm not sure if you hear me right now.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to ask if I could help more. We all should like focus on more key areas or trends or technologies in our contributions about the UiPath. Do you think are there any areas that are currently should have more contributions? This could be about new areas, new products, new trends, or technologies. Maybe you can say our documentation needs to be improved. You can contribute to this or that. Just wanted to ask that.
Who would like to take that?
I can take that. So I think you are not obliged like to focus on one product specifically, but it's good to start, for example, focusing, I can say, for example, UiPath apps, and try to give feedback about this product, share content, testing new releases specifically on this product, test features, and I think yes, it's good to focus on new products, because really we need feedback to developing those new products like apps, automation ops, a lot of new features and new products. We really need feedback to grow and to add more features to this product. But you are free to, for example, for me, I can test like features for Studio, and then I'm so passionate about AI-centered document understanding. I can go for apps and suggest some evolutions or feedback. So really, as you want. So if you need to focus on such products, will be okay. And if really you prefer to do some task for all the products, only it will be like taken into consideration.
And also, if you have also, been part of a citizen development and just started the automation from the UiPath Studio X, let's say, you can still drive an impact. You can create a positive impact in the community. So this doesn't stop at all to apply for the MVP program. If you have been part of the citizen development or UiPath Studio X, used it wisely to automate the task, then that can also be one of the inspiring story for other citizen developers as well.
Maybe one point to add, the product or the field you choose for the MVP application, you just want to make sure that you're really kind of passionate about that area, because it makes you easier to give like honest feedback and really valuable feedback if you're really passionate and if you're really into that product, if you got some experience on that product, because that's, I think that's the really helpful insights that we're seeking for.
Yeah, I also want to add that as Oumayma said, so it's good if you asking for direction. I would also suggest always new products. So that's also what I mean. If I start in blank, I would go for that. But if you are passionate about something else, there's really no limit. Don't feel limited that there are a lot of technical tutorials about core automation or anything. Just there's still space. There's still a need for a lot of content. So I would encourage you to go with whatever you feel to be strong, But yeah, again, if you want to ask for direction, then new products is always good to go.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, just I need to add one thing on the application of MVP. The last interview will be with product managers. And if you apply it for example, EA Center and Document Understanding, you will be interviewed and have questions for this specific product. And you need to give your point of view and how you will see this product in the future and suggest. So this is part of the application.
Yeah.
Yes, I was asking about actually, is there any specific areas that UiPath you think is underrepresented, like it's underrated and yet not a lot of things have published? Maybe it should be seen more. Maybe we should be creating more about stuff. And this gives answers. Thank you.
I think there are like two ways that you can easily check that, like the demand. Forum is a very good way to check the demand. So if you were like to go through the index of products and find the main spaces for the products in forum and to see how much content is in each, you will see which ones are left uncovered. An easier to do that way to do that is to focus and narrow down in the use case repository on forum, and also to see like out of the product index how many are representing and how much in the use case repository on forum. Another way would be to do the same with the marketplace, maybe components published in marketplace. And to see, like, this is just some ways where you can actually test the index and the representation of the products. Like if you think UiPath platform-wise and index of products and match that against published content, forum, generally forum threads, use case repository narrowed down, marketplace narrowed down, these are good ways to go. Overall, as like a good direction in current need, I would say autopilot onwards now is the content you might want to look into developing and generating, because we're moving towards agentic AI now. So any content in that direction, any content within the area and the realm of AI-powered automation will be very precious and appreciated by the UiPath teams. Because this is the current company strategy. We're getting ready for a new product launch, so we are really looking to develop and building on from autopilot onwards. And autopilot is like a very good product to tackle right now. I think Oumayma can
Yeah,
tell.
exactly. So
Yeah.
seeing UiPath strategy, trends, and you can like detect which product you can go for. So all generative AI activities, features, autopilot specifically, you can go into it and start creating content.
Yeah. For those of you who have not seen like the recordings of the UiPath Forward sessions, I will see if I can give you the link. You can still register and see, and maybe you would like to view the keynote from Graham Sheldon at Forward. That will set you on the right track according to like current UiPath direction to see like where we are moving next product-wise. So I will put that link here in the chat for you. But given the fact that we are already a bit over time, I will just close it maybe with one question to the MVP, since we didn't get a chance to ask all those questions.
Yeah.
But it's good that we answered some real questions from the audience, which like was the main point why we gathered and why we were here today. And you can tell us in the chat whether we did a good job or not, or whether you'd like to hear more. So just out of the questions we have here, I would like my four guests to let each of them pick one and answer. Answer shortly, like 1-2 minutes, but pick each of you the one that means the most to you and the one that really speaks to you, that you would like to answer. And let's start with maybe Lovely.
Sure. Maybe I'll take the first question. So MVP program is basically the recognition of the work we do in our automation community and UiPath, and it gives a chance to learn and grow further. But for being for me, being an MVP is about sharing the knowledge, helping others succeed with the UiPath, and staying at the forefront of the automation trends. So it's just a platform for us to collaborate with the passionate individuals, the MVPs, driving the meaningful impact. And it really, this program motivates me to push my limits and contribute more effectively. Yeah, that's what I would like to say about MVP program.
Yeah. Can take the second question. How did you hear about it first? So I first discovered the UiPath community through the forum. So I remember thinking, what an amazing community. The response were very quick. I remember it was like difference of hours between countries, and I got response quickly. And it was a great introduction to this field for me. So it was through the forum.
So I'm taking the third question in that case. What were my main worries? I think the main worries I had before applying were kind of the same ones that we already talked about today. I was worried about my visibility and my chance to really grow community. And I was like thinking back in the past years and the past experience I had with UiPath, and there were quite a few things that I just didn't have in mind anymore. So I wrote some books. I did give lectures at universities about hyperautomation and UiPath, and I talked about all those things to the people during the application process, and I think that made me quite clear that although I thought that I would not have the chance to have like big impact in the community, I already had some impact in the community. And now as an MVP with all the MVP community strength in my back, it's even easier nowadays, like to really grow the community, to help other people, and to solve problems that are just problems to other people. And
yes, I will go with the fourth question. So it is, what was the highlight of your evaluation process? What stuck in your mind? So the highlight of my evaluation process was engagement. And now when I look back at it, I really need to highlight that it was two-way street, two-way communication. It was not like I applied for a job interview and then I'm just listing my achievements and they're like, oh, passed, not passed. No, it was really the people from UiPath, they showed the interest in what I was doing. They really wanted to understand more. They haven't come with set of questions for me. Okay, answer this. And they wanted to learn what I did, how I did it, and the way I solved some challenges and so on. So going from a round to another round, it was really like a nice journey. And through the entire journey of MVP Summit, I felt like I achieved something even if I don't become MVP. It's really nice to be part of this process. It's really nice to speak with those people, and I can learn from this for another round if I'm not selected. So it was really nice journey, and nothing to be afraid of.
Thank you, Djuro. That's a very nice account. Yeah, in fresh account, yeah, because it happened last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, very cool. Okay, so I think this is like our top of the hour, almost a quarter an hour later. But if there are like something that you feel is left unanswered or a question that you really wanted to ask today, let's take this last 5 minutes chance to ask that question. If you have something on your mind that just stays there, and to move forward, you feel like you have to ask that question and get an answer for it. So you can tell us now. There are also, I think, 2 other MVPs here with us today, Peter and Abdel. Maybe they can also open up their cameras. So you have 6 people who could answer, not just 4. You're lucky. So let us know, is there any of you who would like to ask one last question to the MVPs?
It's not a question. I just want to say that thank you for setting up this call. It's really helpful. It's really good to know every one of you, all the impact that you have been made in the years with UiPath in general.
Thank you, Eric. I'm glad we could help. And it's I think it's worthy to have like this closer discussions and to have like real hands-on stories directly from the MVPs themselves. It makes it seem more accessible and close to you, this opportunity. And this is what we're looking into, like opening up any magic veil that might be over the program and mystifying the MVP program, demystifying. Okay. So if there are no other questions, I really want to thank all of you for joining us today. I think it was an intimate and very nice gathering, and I'm glad for all the questions we received through the chat and live. And I'm very glad that we have had Niels, Lovely, Oumayma, Djuro, and Abdel and Peter with us today. So now it's almost half MVPs and you. So as you can see, the MVPs, this is like the driving force, which is really a driving force behind community. So they're there to support you. They will come and help. And this is also like the essence of the MVP program. So thank you very much to all of our guests also, and thank you very much for all the engagement, and good luck to everyone with your applications. Please be mindful, you have only till the November 24th to apply. You have seen the link. If not, you will find it on the event page. I think I can share here again with you the link for the application. If you want to start right away or just open the draft, this is the link where you can actually apply directly to the MVP program. Keep that with you, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.